What is going on, mobile creators? Today we will be reviewing the Zhiyun Smooth 5S that I'm holding right now, and I'm using the iPhone 14 Pro, and we're going to capture some beautiful shots with it. Currently I'm at Zhiyun here in Switzerland with George. Of course, he's going to help me out. I'm actually going to make a video so that you guys know who he is. He's sitting on his chair while shooting this video, so big thanks to him as well for helping out in this video. It's a little bit cloudy and also windy, but we can definitely get some moody shots. Now, I know some of you might think, do you even need a gimbal? Even though the iPhone 14 Pro has action mode, which enhances the stabilization, you'll still be needing a gimbal because for complex moving shots, it won't be enough just using action mode. And action mode also has its downsides, as you will also need a lot of light in order to capture high quality action mode footage. Also, you can only record up to 2.8K. With that said, we will be looking at the Smooth 5S. I'll be testing it out, give you a real world example, and also show you the footages using the ZY Cami app that is compatible with this gimbal, and also show you how I mount it and some of the features I like about this gimbal. So I'm quite excited to make this video and have you guys along with me. So with that said, let's get started. Now, first of all, the design of this gimbal is really nice. I like the white new design, and I like how all motors can be locked. As you can see here to the side, there's also a zoom and focus wheel, a large one, which allows you to precisely zoom using the ZY Cami app. You also have different buttons that you can use. You can switch modes by just pressing the mode button, and you have a small display up here that indicates which mode you're in. You also have a record shutter button, which you can use either with the ZY Cami app, but also with the default camera app on your iPhone, as well as Filmic Pro. Then you have also the power on and off button, and over here you have a 1/4 thread which you can mount additional accessories. And also I have a mini tripod down here, which is useful, you know, if you want to place it on a flat surface or record a time lapse, which is really nice. It feels really solid, well built. Doesn't feel cheap at all. What I also like is that you're able to charge your smartphone using this USB-C port right here, which is always very useful, especially when you're shooting for long hours. And over here, you can also see that there is a built-in LED light, which is really nice and can get really bright. Now, what I really like is that you can easily unlock all three motors and mount your iPhone on it. So to simply unlock the pan motor, I can just press this button over here, and then I can just push this part to unlock the roll motor and push this part to unlock the tilt motor. So then you also have a spring clamp. So if I want to shoot in portrait mode, I leave it this way, but I can actually also shoot in landscape mode by just turning this part. And then I can just simply mount my phone on it like so, really fast and simple. And then to balance your phone, you'll have to place your gimbal on a flat surface. It's not a perfect flat surface, but we can work with it. And then I can just unlock the screw over here and just slide it so that it doesn't fall on one of the sides. Press the power button here on the side, and when I move the gimbal, you can see that it actually follows my hand movement. I currently have it in pan follow, and it feels really good. It responds well. Could also use it with third-party lenses because the motors are actually really strong. Let's now test this gimbal out and get some awesome footage. So right now I've set it to pan follow, which locks the tilt motor and allows me to create smooth pans. For the highest quality possible, I'll be shooting in 4K, and to slow down my footage, I'll choose 60 frames per second. What I like to do is that I actually just create a nice slide shot, easily slide from right to left. So I've now set it to lock mode, which locks all three motors. As you can see, it just keeps the focus point fixed, and I can use the joystick to actually adjust the framing. I'm gonna create a sort of jib shot, starting very low and then moving my body upwards while I'm in lock mode. This way I can prevent, you know, the camera from moving when I create this shot. This looks really nice. Now the next shooting mode is the follow mode, which I use most often because it only locks the roll motor but gives me the freedom to pan or tilt the camera. And for that, I like to use it when I create a rotation shot, for example, of George, where I orbit around him, which really looks dynamic. And also for other shots, if I want to maybe reveal a location, I can also start by tilting down and pushing up slowly, revealing the location. And there are really many ways you can create gimbal moves using the follow mode. That's why I use it, I would say 90% of the time. Now, in order to recenter your gimbal, just double press on the trigger button and it will do so. So another creative shot you can get with the Smooth 5S is by getting low to the ground with your camera. And you can do that by flipping the gimbal upside down slowly. And as you can see, you can get really low to the ground while holding onto the mini tripod and then creating a push forward shot, which will look really dynamic in your video. So I think this is a great spot to capture a time lapse as we're high up this hill and we have a nice view of the mountain and the lake. And I'm probably going to point the camera more up towards the sky as we have some clouds moving. So I'm actually going to place the gimbal over here. And as you can see, the great part about having this mini tripod is that you can really place it on a flat surface. And then I'm actually going to set my composition. As you can see, I have the rule of thirds enabled. I'm actually going to tilt it up so that I have more of the sky. Can capture time lapse with the gimbal if it's not too windy. It is a little bit windy outside right now, so there could be some shakes inside the video, but I think I can further stabilize it in post. So once I have that, I've set the resolution and frame rate to 4K, 25 frames per second. And then I make sure to tap hold on the screen to lock my focus and exposure. Now, one of the coolest modes is Vortex. So when I switch to Vortex, you'll see that the camera tilts upwards. And this allows me to hold the gimbal this way and use the joystick to rotate the camera, creating a sort of inception effect. And I'm actually going to use this fence to actually push out of it to add more dynamic in my shot. And I'm going to use the house as my focal point. And then I'm going to start recording, and then I'm going to push back while the camera rotates. I'm going to keep it centered all the time and move backwards. So this looks really awesome. Now there's another feature called Go Mode. So by press and holding the trigger button, you'll see that the motors react more sensitive to my hand movement, which can be great if you're shooting action type scenes. So as you can see, as I pan left and right, it reacts pretty quickly compared to when I let the trigger button go. You'll see that it's way smoother. Now, if you're someone who likes to vlog, you can actually press the trigger button 3 times and it will actually turn. And I can use the rear camera this way to film myself. And also with the built-in LED light, I could also film in dark environments, which is really great. So that is also a useful function to have when using this gimbal. Now guys, if you want to learn more, head over to smartphonefilmmaking.com, which is my online course where you can learn how to shoot professionally on your smartphone. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I want to thank George for helping me out. I hope you got a lot out of it, and make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions. Also like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any further content. Oh, and something else I forgot, if you're new to smartphone filmmaking, make sure to download my free smartphone filmmaking guide that will help you get started filming quality videos on your smartphone. The link will be in the description below. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you.